Hey guys!
It's Jen.
And it's Joniel. Welcome back to our Maintaining Friendship series. So this week we're going to talk about when your friend gets into a relationship and you feel like they're dishing you.
I used to have like a best friend back in school. When she first met her boyfriend, I was really happy for her. I really liked him. He was one of my friends. But then I started feeling like, when you get like pushed out of someone's life and you're not like their priority more, you're not like the number one person that they're going to come to you and tell you all their secrets. It won't be like me anymore, it'll be him. And I think when that happens, you just get kind of nostalgic. You don't know like where you stand in the friendship, and you kind of feel like left out. Every like story that she would tell me, like if I just said like a random story, it would always be like, oh, my boyfriend was like this, and it always like led back, which makes it even more annoying.
How do you think that she thought you felt about it? Do you think
I
that
think she was
didn't
unaware.
realize?
I think that's like the part that kind of hurts. Is when someone's having so much fun, which is you're happy about it, and you don't want to be like the Debbie Downer that brings it up to like drag them back down to you. Like, remember me when they're having like that's like one of the most exciting things when you're growing up is that first love that you have. But it's like I felt like I didn't have room to even tell her, and that she wasn't even aware because she was so excited.
So what do you think she would have thought if you told her how you felt?
I think the common thing that everyone thinks is that they're gonna mix it up as you're jealous because you're not, you also don't have a boyfriend, and they're gonna be like, oh, like, why are you feeling this way?
So you didn't want to feel misunderstood, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like there's too much room for miscommunication, and I don't know what she would have done differently. Like, I knew I was feeling this way, but whatever answer she gave me, I wouldn't want her to stop spending time with like someone that she's having so much fun with.
At that time, like, what did you think about the friendship? Like, what place do you think you guys were at?
Back at the time, I thought this was just how it's gonna be. Like, that times are changing and she's moved on.
So what do you think you would have done differently, or what do you think would have kind of like helped you in that moment as you're going through it?
Yeah, I thought about this a lot, and I know we were talking about it and you're helping me of what I could have done differently. And I wish at that time what I repeated to myself was evolve yourself as your friendship evolves. And that just means just have faith that this isn't the end of your relationship. It's just when you grow up with a high school friend, new things come into their life. When your friendship evolves, it's like you have to figure out how you're going to deal with it and how you're going to be a better friend along that whole process.
And I think you kind of have to go along with the flow of life. Like, things are going to change all the time in your life, not just in friendships and careers, like everything. So I think it's important to kind of like grow as certain situations happen, and like making sure that you're growing to be like a better person, and you're kind of like going through and learning different things and just like going with the flow pretty much.
When you think of me back in the day, what kind of advice would you give? Like, if you were to tell me that mantra, how would you go about
telling you? I'd pretty much tell you that there's like a time for everything. And like obviously you guys have the time where you're really close and it was just the two of you. But as you get older, you kind of have to evolve and realize, okay, there's going to come to a time where we're going to have to meet significant others. And you kind of just like grow into that, and you learn that if it happens to one of you before the other, then that's totally fine, and you can like kind of be closer with other friends or use that time and like try and meet new people, and you kind of just like go through the flow of life. Like this is just how it works. Like you kind of just like making sure that you're not stagnant and you're not thinking, oh, what now, this person has a boyfriend, like what am I going to do with my life? It's like you have to kind of keep it moving and just keep growing and keep going as things change pretty much.
Do you think that I should have told my friend what I was going through at the time, or do you think that would just make more problems?
No, I don't think it was necessarily necessary, just because it wasn't anything she was doing wrong. Like, she was kind of just, she was dating, and like there's nothing wrong with that. I think if it was to the point where she was like literally dishing you, like wasn't even talking to you anymore, it was just like solely this person and that's it, then I think that's when a conversation is needed. But if it's just like a natural process of her dating and kind of like telling her boyfriend things, like that's so natural. So I don't think it's really anything she's doing wrong. I think it's just on you as a person to make sure that you're like growing and realizing that this is just a part of life.
I think that's the case. Because in this situation, it wasn't, there's some stories where you hear people just like
completely
like
ditch.
straight bitch, but my friend was different. Like I think it was, she did everything she could to include me, but at the same time it's like there's only so much time in her schedule, and she wants to make room for that too. So
yeah, especially when you're young and it's like the first person that you're dating. It's like an
Yeah.
exciting time, and you kind of have to like appreciate that and like let them kind of experience that too. Like
Yeah.
at the same time that you're trying to grow and go through life, so like so are they.
Yeah.
They're just at a different stage than you are. So
Yeah. And you have to have faith that like it would be the opposite way around. Like if I started dating someone that I would hope that she finds stuff that she's doing that's making her happy, and she's like asking me questions about my relationship, and she's kind of like, okay, there's another person in her life that's important to her now, so I want to get to know what this important person is, why, like why is this important person, like what makes him the guy, and like what's not working in the relationship, and kind of being that person to give her advice.
So I think like from Jen's example, I'm sure a lot of you have kind of maybe experienced this. So I think if you are going through it, or if it's something that you do experience in the future, just kind of tell yourself, evolve yourself as your friendship evolves.
So.
Yeah. And it's not that you want to like not hang out with your friends anymore, that you don't like them. Like it's not that at all. It's just that you want to try new things. You want to like break out of your existing routine. And I think especially in your 20s, that's like